Hi! Hello everybody, my name is Noah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be recapping my year of 2021. I have had a year, let's just say that. Out of 2020 and 2021, living through a pandemic for pretty much both years, what has been the better year for me? And school-wise, work-wise, everything-wise, 2021 has definitely been better for me because we haven't been locked in our homes. However, I don't want to say I missed 2020, but YouTube-wise, 2020 was my favorite year by far because I had nothing else to do. Like I said, in today's video, we're going to go through month by month from January all the way until December so that we can, experience what I went through this year. I say this every year because I do this video every year ever since I started my channel in 2016. This video is mainly a look back, like a video diary for me. It's going to be kind of longer because we do have a lot to cover, and I like to go back and watch these to see what I've accomplished and what I've done and been through each year. So to start off, in January, I started my college semester, my spring semester of my junior year. I was the president of two organizations, kind of three, but two big organizations, which are my a cappella group that I love so much and my fraternity that I was involved in when I was in school. I've done a lot of work these past few semesters being in charge of these organizations, and I am so proud of everything I've done. I know that I've done a great job. In January, it was kind of a slow start, but we start school at the end of the month, so there's only about 1 week of January, maybe 1.5 weeks of me actually being in school. So I don't really remember what else I did in January. Pretty much probably just hung out with my friends or just stayed at home and worked. But I know at the end of January, I submitted an audition to be a performer at a theme park. So I'm gonna play a little bit of my audition tape. Hi, my name is Noah Woodward. Well, there is something going down. I said, take your stuff and go, 'cause you're not for me, no. Yeah, yeah. And so I submitted that, and I was waiting anxiously for some, callbacks or whatever they do, and I didn't hear anything back, and I will explain why very soon. At the end of January, I was part of the Kelly Clarkson show. I don't know if I really talked about this online, but I was in the virtual audience for the Kelly Clarkson show. In February is when everything kind of picked up and started rolling. My a cappella group finally came together. It was the largest group we've ever had at 18, which is our max capacity that we're allowed to have since we are an a cappella group and we need to stay kind of smaller. And we got apparel, which for the first time ever, this was so cool. We got shirts, crew necks, and took a bunch of pictures. And this was pretty much the first time since COVID hit back in March 2020 that I was able to perform again. Even though we were masked, I performed a little bit in my fraternity. We sang some songs from Victorious, the TV show, just something fun. There were a bunch of other events that I had for my fraternity, like our initiation ceremony and our formal rushes and other things like that through February. I'm glad that we were able to do it again now that COVID was kind of not as crazy as it was in 2020. At the end of the month, I got my Instagram account back. My Instagram got deactivated for absolutely no reason in October of 2020, right when I was set to release my Patreon. I was so upset. I made a new Instagram, which now acts as a backup in case this ever happens again, which I don't think it will, but you never know. But I finally got my Instagram account back, so if you aren't following me on Instagram, please do, at Noah Z Woodward, I think. In March, I went to a high school that is near my hometown because I was going to be doing my observation hours for my student teaching at this school for 1 full week, but I wanted to go a little earlier just to get accustomed to the environment and meet the kids and everything. So I got to go for an evening dance rehearsal just to see kind of what they were all about and, where their skills are and everything like that, which was super fun. I don't have any pictures for that because privacy of minors. I also went ice skating for the first time in March. This is like silly, but it was like one of the big things I did that month just because COVID and couldn't really do much. But I went ice skating with a bunch of my friends, and it was the first ever time that I've been ice skating, and I was doing jumps, I was doing tricks. I'm a prodigy, I guess. I'm an ice skating prodigy. I also got my first dose of the vaccine in March. I drove like 2.5, 3 hours up north of my state because that was right when the vaccines were rolling out, so there weren't many. In April, my best friend who lives in Texas, she probably is watching this, so Kennedy, love you. But she came home. She came up to school because she used to be a student here. She was here for a week, and we got to just, live our best lives and hang out all together. And it kind of was one of the times this year where COVID felt like it just wasn't existing. Even though we were being as safe as possible at all times, it was nice to kind of just live our lives again. Also in April, I got my second and final dose of the vaccine at the time. So at that time, I was fully vaccinated and I was good. I was a little bit sick I had a fever for a little bit. I slept it off and nothing really happened. I feel protective. I haven't been sick or gotten any COVID-like symptoms. So go get vaccinated if you can. Also in April, I went viral on TikTok. That was kind of weird and unexpected, but I posted a video of my friend filming me guessing songs by Ariana Grande in like 1 second. Like she would just hit shuffle on Ariana and I would name them like right when they started, and people loved it. So I went viral on TikTok for that, and then I kind of capitalized on that and I made more Ariana related content, which, you know, kept me growing on TikTok. And I ended up releasing a compilation album of all of Ariana's unreleased songs. So that's on my TikTok if you're interested. Okay, so then back when I was talking about the theme park, I never heard back from the audition people, and I realized they weren't hiring any performers because of COVID. So I said to myself, why don't I just apply to work at the theme park as like a ride operator or just a worker in the theme park in general? And so I did, and I got an interview right away, and I got hired pretty much on the spot, and that was an incredible experience. I've always wanted to work at this theme park ever since I was a little kid, going here multiple times a summer. This was my first job because I've been at Dairy Queen since I was 16 for almost 5 years at the time. So this was hard, like leaving that to do something else. And I'm still at Dairy Queen, and I was still at Dairy Queen while I was working at the theme park, kind of just on like a rotating schedule. But a lot of my summer was spent at the theme park because I was just on the schedule for so many days. So in May, my a cappella group had a showcase. Unfortunately, we couldn't perform in person because of COVID. We just didn't feel like we would put on the best show in masks and having to observe all of the COVID safety procedures. So we did an online performance. Everything was pre-recorded and we uploaded it to our YouTube channel. If you are interested, I will put a card here for that because it is up, and it was a really, really good semester for us. As soon as school ended in May, I spent a week at the high school that I was talking about observing during the school day. I spent 1 full week from the beginning of the school day till the end of the school day, and with some rehearsals in the evenings, just observing, taking notes. I did a little teaching, not really anything crazy, just kind of got my foot in the door so that I would be comfortable in my future teachings. I got highlights in my hair by my friend just because I got hired at the amusement park. So I wanted, you know, a new look, something fun, something fresh. It was the best job I've ever had. I am so excited for this summer to go back. I wish if everything worked out in my favor, I would be at this amusement park every summer for the rest of my life. And I'd be okay with it. So I did nothing else in June except for work and work and work. Unfortunately, my car got hit in the parking lot while I was working. While I was working at my shift, my car got hit in the parking lot and the person drove away. They took my entire bumper off, and I was so devastated because I thought that my car was over. Luckily it wasn't. I ordered a new part and my dad put it back on for me, but I didn't have a car for like a week, so I was at Dairy Queen again for that week because it was 5 minutes away versus 45 like the amusement park was, so I could just drive my dad's car to Dairy Queen and from Dairy Queen whenever I needed it, which I was thankful for, so I was still doing something instead of just being stuck at home. In July, I started the month off. We had a family 4th of July barbecue, and this was super important to me because this was the first thing that my family ever had since COVID hit, and it was so special because I miss them so much. I've seen my family either through, windows, very far apart. We haven't all gathered and hung out together as a family since Christmas of 2019. So that's insane. My best friends, a lot of my friends ended up moving or just starting new chapters in their lives. As I was still going with my chapter of being in school and working all the time, they were moving to different parts of the state or different states, getting into relationships. So it was hard because we were all kind of just going on different paths. And I know that we still are best friends and we love each other, so I'm not worried about us ever falling out. But it was hard because now they're all far away. My one friend moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, the state. My one friend moved up north of Pittsburgh, which is an hour and a half away. And my other friend got into a very serious relationship, so happy for her. But she is kind of busy all the time with working and things like that. So we kind of just all did our own thing, and we still talk like pretty much every single day. But it was hard. So we had one last shebang at my friend's house before she moved, and that was super fun. We woke up that next morning, and my best friend Nikki and I went to Cedar Point in Ohio because I got free admission being an employee of the amusement park that I was working at. And so we got free admission. We just paid for our hotel. There's a vlog of it on my channel if you're interested. It was a super fun trip. I miss it so much. We were there for 3 days, 2 nights, I think, like 2.5 days. At the end of July, my best friend from high school, her name is Sadie, she got married, and that was insane because that's like my first friend that got married, like my first close friend that I could say, like my first wedding that I was invited to as like an adult, which was insane. Like not a family's wedding, but more of like a friend's wedding, which was super cool. In August, nothing really happened much. I was prepping for my senior year, still working a lot, but I turned 21 in August, my birthday, August 14th. So I took a few days off of work as a little vacay, and I came up to my apartment and hung out with my friends. And we had a little like slumber party so that we would be together for midnight when I turned 21, and that was super fun. Also, the next day, I woke up and I met up with my family, and we went to the casino. My dad and my grandma and my stepmom, we all went to the casino in Pittsburgh, which I was super excited for because I love casinos now. I did not win anything. I mean, I won like a little bit, but at the end of the day, I just ran out of all my money that I brought, so it didn't really matter. And then at the end of August, I started my senior year. My a cappella group started back up in September. We held auditions. We wanted to cut the group down. We didn't want it as big as it used to be because it was just kind of hard to manage all of us. So we wanted a smaller group of more secure singers. That's what we aimed for. That's what we got. And so we got apparel, everything like that. This was the best sounding group we've ever had, and so because of that, we decided that we wanted to put on a in-person performance, which I will get to soon.
Light, light, you're my flashlight, light, light, you're my flashlight, light, 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 you're my flashlight, light, light.
Another casino trip happened. My grandma and I, we went to another nearby casino, not down in Pittsburgh, so it wasn't as busy or hectic. But we went to a casino nearby, and I won $1,000. I don't think it'll ever happen again, but I did win $1,000. Insanity. So pretty much I put in a $20 bill. Each spin was $5. So I spun once and I got $1,000. So I spent $5.
Noah,
I just won $1,000.
Dylan's gonna throw up. Don't stop right now.
No, I need to.
I'm gonna vomit.
And then we left. So it was a quick trip. Something else I did in September, I'm gonna talk about. I don't know if my friend knows that I'm doing this or talking about it, but I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of her. My friend Haley, one of my closest friends that I've made here at school, my best friend that I've made here at school, I started to help her with some singing. No, I don't want to say singing lessons because she knows how to sing. She's obviously a vocal, like voice major like I am. Kind of just see if I could give her some technique to improve certain things that she wasn't too confident on in her past. So I decided that I wanted to teach her a few songs that she didn't know, and I wanted to make her feel confident in that. So we had some lessons, and she knows how to belt. That was like the biggest thing, but I wanted to make sure that her belts were supported and that she was able to sing through it and not get tired, vocally tired. So I taught her a few things, and I'm just gonna play a little clip of how she sounds because I was in shock. Haley, if you don't want me to play this, I am sorry, it already happened. At the end of September, me and Nikki went back to Cedar Point again for their Halloween time. We went like towards the end of September, so Halloween season was kind of starting. We went with her family this time, but we still got free admission because I worked at the amusement park. In October, I was again working because my amusement park transitioned into their Fall Fest season, which is like their like happy haunting, not scary stuff during the day, and then the scary stuff comes out at night. Also in October, I was just going through the motions, doing more school stuff with my fraternity or my a cappella group, and that was pretty much the majority of my month. Also in October, my grandma and I ended up committing to going to bingo every Friday night. We used to do it all of the time when I was younger. We would go to bingo every Monday night, and it was fun. I love bingo so much. So we started going back, and I'm very excited. We're off this month because of the holidays, like Christmas Eve and then New Year's Eve being on Fridays. So next Friday, once 2022 hits, I'm very excited to go back. Halloween happened, and I didn't really do much on Halloween night, but I did go to a party with some of my music major friends the weekend of Halloween, Hello Weekend, if you will, and I dressed up as Dear Evan Hansen, which I think you've seen if you've watched my cover of Words Fail that is on my channel. I filmed that right before I left for the party because I was in costume. In November, I got my booster shot, so now I am triple vaccinated, and I am ready for the quadruple whenever I am able to get it. If that has to be a thing that we have to keep doing, I'm okay with it. Anything to keep myself and everyone around me safe. That one, I just got kind of warm. Like I think I was like a little feverish for a little bit, but I was at bingo as I was going through these symptoms, so my mind was kind of off of it, which was good. My appetite kind of went away. I wasn't too hungry because I was getting a little bit nauseous, but overall I was fine. I went back to Dairy Queen because of Thanksgiving break, and it was so nice to be with my family for Thanksgiving. This was our first like formal holiday ever since COVID hit, and we had a wonderful time. We hosted at my parents' house this year instead of going to my grandma's like we always do, which was really cool. It was a different, environment. It was a cool change, and it went great. Also, Black Friday happened, so I woke up super early. There's a vlog of it on my channel, and I bought a Nespresso, which I'm drinking from right now, and it is so good. 10,000 out of 10 recommend. Oh, one more thing I did in November that I forgot to mention was I went to the high school, again, that I spent my little time in the spring at, and I was a judge for their musical auditions. So the kids would come in and audition, and I would help cast the show, and they are doing High School Musical 2 on stage, so it's like the second movie adaptation of the musical, the second you know what I mean. In December, my best friend Audrey came home. She lives in California, in Napa, California, and so I'm very excited. She comes home pretty much like once a year, but she is moving back permanently in 2022 so far, and so I am so excited. She is literally my best friend in the entire world, and it sucks that I can't see her as often as I like, but not seeing her as often as I like makes it even better when she does come home because we spend so much time together and have the best time. I always pick her up from the airport, and I couldn't this time. I was so upset because I was performing for my entire music department in a departmental recital. I sang Words Fail from Dear Evan Hansen. I will throw a little clip of it in. What if everyone knew? Would they like what they saw? All I ever do is run. In front of all the music majors, in front of all the music faculty. It was an amazing experience to close out my senior year. Also in December, that first weekend, I had my fall showcase with my a cappella group. We put together a full show of like 11 songs. It was an hour-long show. The video live stream, I will put a card up for you if you are interested in seeing it. I am so proud of these humans. This is gonna be what I miss most about my college time, is this a cappella group. Also in December, I ended my presidency through my fraternity because I was graduating from my fraternity. I'm student teaching in the spring, so all of my college like graduation and a cappella, everything, my extracurriculars all end now. They ended in December. So I graduated my fraternity, and each graduate has to sing a little like going away song. So I sang I'll Always Remember You from Hannah Montana. Here's a little clip of that. And so that was pretty much the end of my semester. I had my finals, I finished my finals, I got all A's, if that matters to you. A lot of hard work, especially in my extracurriculars, but I am so proud of myself. And I am done being on campus as a student for the rest of my life, which is really crazy. I'm not graduated from my university yet. I will graduate in May of 2022. I am going to be student teaching, and I'm going to be student teaching at the school that I've been at this entire year of 2021. I am beyond excited, beyond grateful to be working with them. I have no clue what's about to happen to my life, but I am very excited for it. I was working a little bit at Dairy Queen, also working at the amusement park for their Christmas season, and I was still doing ride operations for some rides that are able to run in the colder weather, which was really cool, different, freezing actually. Dairy Queen I am still at. I actually have this weekend off for New Year's because I wanted to come up to my apartment, but I will be working full-time 5 days a week. I have been ever since I've been home in December, so more Dairy Queen vlogs coming in 2022, absolutely. I had my Christmas with my family. Again, it was really nice to gather with them, being still kind of pandemic vibes. Recently, I posted a music recap of everything that I've listened to in 2021, so if that interests you at all, go ahead and watch that. It just came out, so it's fresh, hot off the press. If you're interested, if not, then don't waste your time. But I love you guys. Thank you so much again for such an amazing year. I want to vlog more in 2022. That's what I'm hoping to do, just show more of my life rather than these sit-down videos, because I don't really got time for that, and I know I'm not going to have time for that next year. So grateful for all of your support. You have no idea. I literally opened an email from someone today just saying, have a happy new year, and that they watch all of my videos, and I sobbed. So it's little things like that. But I love you guys. Thank you for everything. I am so excited for next year, and I hope you are too. Be safe, happy, and healthy. Get vaccinated if you are able to, and if you can, please, 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 let's go back to normalcy, even though this is our new normal for sure. It's never gonna end. So that's my prediction. COVID will not be over in 2022. It's still gonna linger. So just get ready, buckle up for that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next, well, you're already seeing this in 2022. Okay, so Happy New Year. I guess I could have said that at the beginning of the video. I kind of had the whole mentality that I was posting this on New Year's Eve. I'm not, so Happy New Year. Sorry. Have a great year. I'll see you soon.